right. Hi. Hi, you guys.
Hello.
How's everyone doing today?
Great. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. We've got almost a whole 10 minutes before we get started. So I'm going to leave the window and everything open. I haven't gone in and muted you guys yet, but just in order to keep noise down, if you have any questions or anything to add, if you would just type it into the chat, that would probably be the easiest way. And then I'm going to go grab myself some water and I'll be back and we can start getting ready to move.
Thank you.
Hey, come here. You, go. Hey, go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Bye-bye. Go, go. You're good. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. right, so y'all, if you're already in here, if you have access to a strap or like a belt or a necktie or anything that you might be able to use, we're going to be working on a couple binds with our arms today, and sometimes having a strap handy can make bridging the gap a little bit easier. So if you have access to any sort of, anything can stand in for this. You could use a handkerchief, a small towel, just have something that will help you with that as we start moving through our practice. All right, refresh. I haven't said anything. Can you hear me now, Natalie? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just still getting my yoga space set up. This is my master bedroom, and that green couch that's over there is usually right up against the wall here where my mat is. So anytime I teach a class, it's like a furniture rearranging. So I'm just making any last minute adjustments to the ambiance of our space at the moment. We've got 3 minutes before we get started. All right. Oh, hi, Z. All right, so just under a minute until it's our start time. And I am going to be monitoring this Zoom screen throughout well, throughout all of class, but pretty attentively throughout the first few minutes, just in case anybody hops in late. So I won't necessarily be on my mat. I'll be cueing you guys through for those first few minutes. All right, so if you just joined us, you guys, we're gonna be utilizing a strap today. So if you have a yoga strap, great. If not, literally anything can stand in the place of a strap. You can use a belt, a tie, you can use a handkerchief or a like hand towel, anything that's gonna give you about, I don't know, 10 to 15, 10 to 18 inches of space between the hands, because we're working into some bind. So sometimes having that extra material to put between the hands helps make, that bind a little bit easier to get to. So you guys, it is 1 o'clock. Thank you all very much for being here. I'm super excited that you are joining in this 1 p.m. flow class with Black Swan. Alex, I just saw you come in. Hello. Kelly, I see you. Hi. All right, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Keep your strap handy. We're not gonna utilize it until, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes into our practice, but keep it around just so it's there. And again, if you want blocks too, you can have blocks. Anytime you are having a difficult time reaching to the ground, blocks can be a really nice obstacle overcomer for you. So it can make the ground come a little bit closer. But we're gonna go ahead and get started without any more ado. Make your way into a child's pose, y'all. So shins come down to the ground. Knees open nice and wide to the right and left edges of your mat. Try to wedge your big toes to touch behind you, and then start to sink your butt back towards your heels, finding nice openness in your hips. Allow your upper body to start growing heavy down towards the ground. Relax into the back of your neck. Let your forehead come to rest on your mat, or you can prop your forehead up on any number of items, a towel, a block, your hands. And if you settle into this child's pose with wide knees and you realize pretty quickly that this is not a variation that your body likes, bring those sides together. Still spilling forward with the upper body, just finding a variation of this child's pose that allows you to settle in and hold this space. And once you have found your particular child's pose shape, begin to slow your breath. Focus on taking deep inhales through your nose. Feel as your rib cage expands in all 360 degrees. Take slow exhales through your nose, drawing your navel in towards your spine, using the strength of your abdomen to expel all that air from your lungs. And if you just joined us, we are in a child's pose. And as you start to melt into your mat, as your breaths become fuller and your awareness on your mat or in this space becomes a little bit more attuned, can you take a gentle scan from the soles of your feet all the way up to the tips of your fingers? Take that scan right back down from the tips of your fingers to the soles of your feet. And in this moment, can you just observe anything your body might be feeling? Anything that might feel a little tight, a little stale? Anything that might feel like it needs a little bit more stretch, a little bit more love? And then as you continue to breathe in this space, can you imagine sending your inhales to those tight and stagnant spaces, utilizing your exhales to send all that muddy energy out, cleansing those tight spaces with your breath, exhaling to release that which no longer serves you. And we'll take this opportunity to build deep into our yogic breath, our Ujjayi pranayama all together. Take a great big inhale through your nose. Open up your mouth, sigh your exhale out, let everything go. Take a deep breath in. And a resounding open mouth exhale, let everything out. One more time, just like that, slow and steady, in through the nose, fill up all the way. Deepest inhale, yes. Open mouth, sigh it out, make some noise, feel that vibration in your air passage. Seal your lips, take a deep breath in through the nose. Keep your lips sealed, breathe out through the nose. Give yourself a few more even rounds of breath here with your lips sealed, breathing in and out through your nose, feeling that subtle constriction at the back of your throat, becoming aware of the fact that your breath is beginning to warm your physical body. On your next inhale, can you walk your fingertips a tad further forward? Exhale, walk both hands over to the right side of your space. Let your palms come off your mat. Maybe even bring your left palm to rest on the back of your right hand to get a slight bit deeper into that stretch into your left side body. Keep drawing your left sits bone back towards your heel. Imagine filling just your left lung, broadening through your intercostal spaces. Back through center. Inhale, reach your arms long in front of you. Exhale, swap sides. Walk those hands up and over to the left, perhaps bringing your right palm to rest on the back of your left. Feel as your right sits bone draws back towards your right heel, inflating through that right side body, filling your lungs, stretching into your intercostals, those muscles between your ribs. Inhale to draw back through center. Hold for the exhale. So for this, you may need to lift your butt just a little bit, but we're going to sink back into the child's pose once we found what we're looking for. Slow and steady, start to sweep your left fingertips up to the sky. Look towards your left thumb. Exhale to thread that left arm underneath your chest from your child's pose so that you are laying down on your left upper arm. You can choose to bring your forehead to the earth or to take your gaze over to the right. With your upper body pressing down into your left upper arm, find that stretch to the back of the left shoulder, and then start to wrap your right arm around your low back, maybe trying to tuck your right fingertips into the crease of your left hip. Keep pulling both sits bones back towards both heels. Give yourself just a couple rounds of breath here. Softly release the bind you took with your right arm. Bring your right palm back to the earth. Inhale to unwind. Send your left hand to the sky. Look at your thumb. Exhale, come back into your child's pose. Moving how you need to for the second side. Inhale, reach your right fingertips up. Look at your thumb. Exhale, glide that right arm underneath your chest, allowing your heart to press into your right upper arm, relaxing either your forehead or your right ear to the earth. And then start to swim that left arm around your low back, hooking your fingertips into your right hip crease if you can. Once again, focus on the draw of your sits bones back towards your heels and stay here in this child's pose twist for a couple more breaths. Gently release the bind you took with your left arm, palm to the earth. Inhale, unwind, reach your right hand into the sky. Look at your thumb. Exhale, drop back into your child's pose. Take one more breath in. Exhale, press through your palms. Draw your butt back towards your heels. Feel the stretch in your spine. Gently make your way to all fours. Come into your tabletop. Shoulders stack right over your wrists, hips over your knees. And then start to move your body here. Cats and cows if that feels good. More dynamic side to side. Little hula hoop movements if that feels good. Take 10 breaths just to move your spine in any way your spine wants to be moved. If you throw those cows and cats into the mix, can you incorporate another movement with the cat and cow? So maybe it's a sideways cat and cow. Just as you inhale, let your belly soften, let your gaze lift, let your tailbone rise. And as you exhale, hug your belly and chin to chest, tuck your tailbone. Everything else is up for interpretation. Feel what's going on here. Keep pressing firmly down into your fingerprints and into your base knuckles. Give yourself your next 4 or so breaths to continue this movement. At the bottom of your next exhale, slowly come back to your neutral tabletop, nice long flat spine. Keep your knees right where they are, hips stacked directly above them. start to walk your hands out towards the top edge of your mat as far as you can comfortably go. Keep your palms pressing down, gently lowering your chest towards the earth. We're setting up for a puppy pose here. So if your chest touches down, great. If not, that's also great. You can take anything you'd like under your chest for a little support, or you can go support free and still keep the chest hovered. Focus here on pulling your tailbone back and up. So your hips are staying over your knees, and then continue pressing into your palms as your chest melts further down towards the ground through that space in between your armpits. Take just a couple more breaths. Leaving your hands where they are, slowly start to slither your chest forward until your belly makes contact with your mat. So you might look like you are in a Sphinx pose here. From here, go ahead and lower your chest all the way down onto the ground. Open your arms up to a T. Take a bend, and I'm going to turn to show you. Take a bend into your right elbow. So your right elbow becomes goal-posted. Your palm is pressing into the earth. From here, scooch that right elbow just a little bit further away from your armpit. Keep pressing into that palm, and then from here, roll onto your right side. So you're getting a stretch through the front of the right shoulder and through the connections of your pectoral muscles. So you should feel this stretch right about where the armhole of a tank top would fall on your body. Take a couple breaths here. You get to choose how deeply you feel this sensation by how far you roll onto that right side. Gently make your way back through center, return your heart to the earth, straighten out that right elbow, and then bend the left. Do the same thing here on the second side. Scooch that left elbow a little further away from your armpit, press down into your palm, and then as you're ready, use your right hand to roll over onto your left side. Take this as deep as feels comfortable for you, reminding yourself to breathe because breaths help create that space you're seeking. Make sure that you're feeling this stretch again, right about where an armhole on a tank top would fall on your left side. Slowly make your way back through center. Draw both palms underneath your shoulders. Tent your elbows up like cricket knees. Tuck all 10 toes under. Inhale, high plank. Push the earth away, lift up, hold. Feel the strength of your abdomen here. So you hug your navel in towards your spine. Heels reach back, crown of your head reaches forward. You're pressing into all 10 fingerprints. Take a slow breath in. Downward facing dog. Exhale, send your hips up and back. Since this is our first down dog, take a moment. Feel free to move about. Maybe you pedal out your feet. Maybe you sway your hips side to side. Shake your head no. Nod your head emphatically yes. Just noticing again any sensations your body might be feeling. Attempting to send your deep cleansing yogic breaths into the stale and dark spaces. As you're ready, settle into your stillness. Take a big breath in. Lift high up to the tippy toes of both feet. Exhale, press your heels down and back. Feel the stretch through your calves. 2 more times like that. Inhale, rise to your toes. Exhale, press back through your heels. 1 more time. Inhale, lift up. Feel your hips rise. Exhale, press, sink, stretch. Come back up to your tippy toes. This time, little bend in the knees as you itty-bitty tiptoe step your feet all the way forward to your hands. Find your ragdoll pose at the top of your mat. Opening up your stance to about hips width, bend your knees a lot. Let your head melt down towards the ground, and then start to swim your hands wide open as you reach back behind you, interlace your fingers at your tailbone, make a great big fist. Keep a bend in your elbows for a moment as you connect the palms of your hands so there's no space between your palms. From here, can you begin to straighten the elbows if it feels all right in your shoulders as you punch those knuckles away from your shoulders? Your body will tell you when that straightening of the elbows is enough. So today, maybe your elbows don't straighten, and that's okay. I want you to be feeling this stretch through the front side of both shoulders. So you're kind of working into your anterior deltoid space. Take a great big breath in through your nose. Open mouth exhale. See if you can straighten those elbows a teeny bit more. Softly release your fists down to your tailbone. Release the bind of your hands. Let your fingertips flutter towards the earth. From here, toe heel your feet a little bit closer together. Find a narrower stance. Halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Crown pushes away from tailbone. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips, melt down. Root down, rise all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, send your fingertips to the sky. Pause for a moment here. Draw your navel in, feel your tailbone tuck, really neutralizing your pelvis. And then plug your shoulder blades down your back. Feel a lift from the back of your heart to pump up your chest. Go ahead and interlace your hands. Invert your palms so that your palms face the ceiling. Take a slow breath in. Press your palms up. Exhale, side bend to your right. Keep drawing your left shoulder back so you're maintaining an open chest. Press evenly through both feet, particularly that left heel. Inhale, draw back through center, punch your palms to the sky. Exhale, side bend over to the left. Same thing, second side. This time, pull back on the right shoulder to open through your collarbones. Feel the heel of your right foot rooting down into your mat. Inhale, come back through center, maybe lift up and back, open the chest if you'd like. Exhale, open the arms wide, swan dive down. Think Pocahontas off a cliff. Inhale, lift halfway, long, flat back. Exhale, high plank, palms to your mat, step both feet back, hold again. This is our second high plank, so feel how strong you are. Zip your navel in tight, inhale, rock forward. Wrap your elbows in tight, exhale, come all the way down onto the ground. Once your belly makes contact with your mat, zip your legs tight, press your feet into the earth. Low cobra pose, inhale, Bhujangasana, lift your heart. Keep your palms light here. Maybe you float them all together off the mat. Can you imagine you could touch the points of your elbows to each other behind you? Press through the tops of your feet. Take one more breath in. Lift a little bit higher through your chest. Forehead to the earth. Exhale. Let everything go. Tuck your toes. Inhale. High plank. Push your mat away. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Hips rise. Bend your knees. Look to your hands. Step, walk, or hop to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Lengthen your spine. Exhale. Forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, rise all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Stand tall, reach tall, interlace your hands, invert your palms. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, draw back through center, press your palms skyward. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale through center, maybe taking it up and back, lift the heart. Exhale, open your arms wide, swan dive down, melt to the earth. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. High plank all the way down onto your belly. Exhale, move with control. You have the option, if you'd like, to lower your knees for that transition. Once your belly makes contact with the earth, swim your hands behind you, interlace all 10 fingers, make that fist again. See if you can reconnect the palms of your hands. Maybe the elbows are a little straighter here. Zip tight through your inseams. Inhale, locust pose, Shalabhasana, take flight with everything you've got off your mat. Feel your knuckles as they reach towards your heels. Can you zip tight through your inner ankles? Really feel how strong your spine is. Take one more big breath in. Gently return to the earth. Exhale, hands settle beneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Inhale, high plank. Push the earth away. Downward facing dog. Exhale one more time through. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Feet to hands, forward fold, top of your mat. Halfway lift. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold and release. Urdhva Hastasana, inhale, rise all the way up. Interlace your fingers, invert your palms. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale through center, lift high. Exhale over to the left. Inhale through center, maybe take it up and back. Exhale, open your arms wide, swan dive down. Halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, hands to the earth, feet step back, go high plank to low. Inhale, upward facing dog, lift your heart through your shoulders. Downward facing dog, exhale, send your hips high. Take a moment here, come back to your breath. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Feet to the top of your mat, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold and release. Chair pose, Utkatasana, sit low, reach high. Feel your inner thighs squeeze actively towards each other. Low belly hugs in, tailbone is down low and tucked under. If you feel tightness in the shoulders, can you open your arms a little wider? Keep lifting through your heart. Take a big breath in. Exhale, sink your butt a little further down, a little further back. Deep breath in. Exhale, sink your hips. Inhale, hold. Exhale, sink. Take one more breath in. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at your hips. Halfway lift, inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold, toe heel your feet out to about hips width distance, and then place your left palm flat to the ground between your big toes. If the earth is a little far, make use of some sort of prop. Bring your left hand to it. Bend your left knee, straighten your right. Inhale, right hand to the sky, look at your thumb. Pause for a moment here. Really feel your butt push back away from the crown of your head. So you're getting a stretch to the outer right hip here. Can you maybe begin trying to straighten the left knee a little bit? Feel the left sits bone pull back and now find that stretch to the outside of both hips. Take one more inhale. Exhale, close the twist. Right hand replaces left. This time bend the right knee, straighten the left. Inhale, left hand high, open your heart. Giving yourself a moment here to lengthen your spine, tailbone away from crown. And then if it feels all right and you want to attempt a little bit more, straighten out that right knee a tad bit or a lot bit. Keep that rotation in the spine, reach your tailbone back, take one more breath. Exhale, left hand returns to the earth. If there is a prop between your feet, go ahead and shove it out of your way. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank to low. Or no, you can skip any chaturanga your body asks you to skip and just come straight back to down dog. You listen to your internal teacher. Once you are in that down dog, hold space. Take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Inhale, right heel rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round your spine, shift forward. Inhale, three-legged dog, send that heel up. Exhale, right knee, right armpit, shift forward again. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left armpit, find that twist under the belly. Inhale, three-legged dog, right heel up. Runner's lunge, exhale, step that right foot through your hands. Gently lower your left knee to the earth, untuck your toes. Low crescent lunge, inhale, sweep those arms up. Take a moment here, make sure your right knee stacked over your heel. And then can you actively let gravity pull your pelvis lower? So you're trying to create a deeper sensation through the front of your left hip. Keep your belly strong to protect your low back. Keep elevating through your chest. All right, y'all, here's the challenge. Tuck your back toes under. Inhale, float your back knee, find your high crescent lunge. So you're nice and low in this stance. Take a slow breath in, lift through the back of your heart. Exhale, warrior two, spin your left heel down, open left. Find your alignment here. Right heel slices right through the arch of your left foot. Sink deeper into that front knee, flip your right palm to face the sky. Inhale, reverse warrior, right hand goes up and back. From here, take your left arm, wrap it around your low spine, like you could bring your fingertips to your right hip. Keep lunging into that front knee, lift up through that right armpit, find that side body stretch. One more breath in. Keep your left arm where it is. Exhale, extended side angle, right arm comes down. You have the option here to bring your fingertips to the earth, to a prop, or you can bend that right arm and rest your forearm on top of your right thigh. Feel your left shoulder roll open, like you could spiral your left nipple towards the sky. That's a weird visual, right? Keep that left arm where it is. Slow and steady, straighten your right knee. Inhale, reverse triangle. Sweep that right hand up and back. Press actively into the ball of your right foot. Feel your quadriceps engage. Maybe you feel your kneecap begin to hike up towards your hip. Take one more inhale. Triangle pose, exhale, left arm is still behind your back. Reach those right fingertips far, far, far away, and then drop that right hand down. Again, take your fingertips where you need to take your fingertips to serve your body. You also have the option to float that right hand and not rest it on anything. You're focusing more on the inner thigh stability there. Back to reverse warrior. Inhale, bend that right knee, lift the right hand up and back. Now release that left arm. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Spiral your hands to the earth. Right foot meets left. Go high plank to low. Journey all the way back into your downward facing dog. Once you're there, take a moment, reconnect with your breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. Inhale, send your left heel high, three-legged dog. Left knee to nose, exhale, round your spine, rock forward. Inhale, three-legged, left heel rises. Left knee, left armpit, exhale, rock forward and tap. Inhale, three-legged dog, lift your heel. Exhale, left knee, right armpit, find your twist. Three-legged dog, inhale, left heel high. Exhale, runner's lunge, step your left foot to your left thumb. Slowly lower your right knee to the earth, untuck your toes. Low crescent, inhale, rise up. Check in with your front leg, make sure your knee stacks over your heel once more, and then actively let gravity sink your hips a little deeper. Our natural inclination is to resist this because it's uncomfortable. Big breath in, sink on the breath out. Nice strong core here. Tuck your back toes under. Inhale, lift your back knee. Find your high crescent lunge. Settle into that front lunge. Exhale. Last breath in right here. Heart lift. Warrior two. Exhale. Swivel your right heel down. Tee open your arms. Still low in that front knee lunge. Let your gaze follow your left fingertips forward. Flip your left palm. Inhale. Reverse warrior. Take it up and back. From here, take that right arm. Wrap it around your low back. If you can hook your right fingertips to your left hip, go for it. Otherwise, palm can remain at the back or the small of your back. Feel that extension through your left side body. Take a big breath in. Side angle, exhale, rock forward. Keep that bind with the right arm. Left hand comes down or left elbow rests on top of your left thigh. Can you actively rotate that right shoulder open and back? Maybe turn your gaze towards the ceiling. Again, remember, try to swivel your right nipple towards the sky. Reverse triangle, straighten that left knee. Inhale, sweep your left hand up and back. Find that nice stretch all the way through the side body from the top of your foot to the tips of your fingers. Press down through the ball of that left foot. Feel your quadriceps engage. Feel your kneecap hike up. One more breath in. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Exhale, sash your hips back. Reach that left hand forward, 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 and then let it fall down. Keep that rolling open of the right side and just breathe. Reverse warrior. Inhale, bend your left knee, sweep that left hand up and back. Now release the bind of your right arm. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, hands to the earth. Left foot steps back, move with your breath, go high plank to low, all the way back to downward facing dog. Take a few easy breaths here. We'll move through that series one more time on each side. And at the tail end there, we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna tack on a few extra poses just to get a little bit more funky and a little bit more dynamic. We are going to be introducing a half moon in our second round. So if you like to bring your earthbound hand to a prop, make sure you have a prop handy at the top edge of your mat. All together in that down dog, take a big inhale through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. One more time, fill up. Exhale, release. Here we go. Inhale, right heel high, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, exhale, round your spine, rock forward. Inhale, kick high. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. Inhale, send it up. Exhale, right knee to left armpit. Inhale, three-legged dog. This time, scorpion tail. Exhale, bend that right knee, stack right hip over left. Feel your right kneecap reach to the ceiling and then dial your right armpit back down to your mat. One more breath in, lift that kneecap as high as you can. Exhale, runner's lunge. Step your right foot through your palms. Straight into high crescent. Inhale, rise up nice and tall. Exhale, warrior two, swivel open left. Reverse warrior, inhale, right hand high, wrap that left hand around your back. Exhale, extended side angle, rock forward. Reverse triangle, inhale, straighten your right knee, sweep that right hand back. Triangle pose, exhale, draw back through the hips, long side bodies, right hand lower. Reverse warrior, inhale, bend your front knee, sweep that right hand up and back. Half moon, right here, you're launching forward. Right foot is your grounded foot. Right hand begins to descend towards the earth. You still have that bind with the left arm. Can you utilize that bind and rotate the left side of your chest open? Keep pressing your left heel back. Take 2 more breaths here. All right, gently release the bind of your left arm. Inhale, reach your fingertips high. Exhale, Skandasana at the back of your mat. Drop the left foot down, drop your butt to your left heel. Ooh, maybe your left heel wants to lift here. Focus on the length of your spine. Tailbone draws down, crown pulls up. Hands can remain grounded on the earth, or maybe you bring them together at heart center. Feel your right toes actively flex towards the ceiling. You're opening up through the inner line of the right thigh. Your quadriceps are engaged. Take 1 more breath in and out. Final inhale right here. Runner's lunge, top of your mat. Square off over that right leg. Easy twist. Inhale, right hand to the sky. Look towards your thumb. Exhale, right hand drops down inside your right ankle. Toe heel your right foot wide and start to soften into your lizard lunge. So perhaps you bring your back knee down to the ground. Maybe you start to lower down with your elbows. You can bring them all the way to your mat, or you can prop them up on your props, on your blocks, whatever you have. And then give yourself about 5 to 8 breaths here. Maybe you get a little bit more dynamic with this lizard lunge. Maybe you start to move around. Maybe you take a more active variation. You're up on the palms and the back toe, and you just start to roll circles through that right hip. This is your opportunity to move in the way that feels right for you. You've got about 3 more breaths here. All right, y'all. Slowly start to make your way back to your palms. If you have your elbows on a prop, go ahead and shift it out of your way. Come to the palms of both hands. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Keep your right foot where it is. Malasana. Step your left foot outside your left hand. Lower your butt nice and deep into this squat. Now, the trick with yogi squat, let me scooch back just a little bit, is to get your toes to face forward. So often we take this really dramatic outward turn of the feet like we're frogs. It's more challenging to try to swivel those toes forward. That's also where the control comes from your core and your inner hips. If it feels better in your body to keep the toes angled out slightly, keep them angled out slightly. One day, maybe you'll be able to turn those toes forward. Take 2 more breaths. Using the strength of your legs, slowly begin to lift up out of your squat. Inhale. Fold on the exhale. Go ahead and wiggle your feet a little closer together. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Lengthen your spine. Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale. High plank to low. Return to your downward facing dog. Take a slow breath in and a gentle breath out. Inhale. Left heel high. 3-legged dog. Knee to nose, exhale, round your spine, rock forward. Inhale, 3-legged, lift your left heel. Exhale, left knee, left armpit. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right armpit, find that twist. Three-legged, big breath in. Scorpion tail, exhale, bend your left knee, stack your left hip over your right, and then press your left armpit towards the earth. Can you lift that left kneecap a tad higher? Feel that nice stretch through the hips. Take a slow inhale. Runner's lunge, exhale, step your left foot through your hands, rise right on up. High crescent lunge, inhale, grow tall. Warrior two, exhale, open to your right. Reverse warrior, inhale, left hand high, wrap that right arm around your low back. Extended side angle, exhale, rock forward. Reverse triangle, inhale, straighten your left knee, sweep your left hand up and back. Trikonasana triangle pose, exhale, long side bodies, left hand drop. Slow and steady, come back to that, reverse warrior, inhale, left hand high. Half moon, exhale, launch onto your left foot. Let your left hand come to rest on something, the earth or a block. And then really press that right heel back. Keep that right hand bound behind you. Can you rotate your right side body open? Just take a couple more breaths here, y'all. All right, gently release the bind of your right arm. Inhale, sweep your right hand high. Exhale, Skandasana to the back of your mat. Land that right foot down, lower down into that squatted position. Left knee straightens, left toes turn to face the sky. Maybe your right heel elevates, maybe it's planted. Everybody's gonna be a little bit different, just breathe. Focus on the pull of your crown up, the draw of your tailbone down. Deep breath in. Runner's lunge, top of your mat, exhale. Easy twist, left hand high, breathe in, look to your left thumb, open your heart. Exhale, lizard lunge, drop that left hand down inside your left ankle, toe heel your left foot out a little bit wider, and then gently begin to soften into your expression of choice here. You have all the possibilities you want to explore. We've got about 5 or so breaths to hang out in this space. As you take your last few breaths here, can you relax your jaw? Can you let your tongue soften away from the roof of your mouth? Allow your air passage to remain nice and open so your breaths can be full. And then start to make your way back to the palms of your hands. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, keep your left foot where it is. Malasana, step your right foot outside your right pinky, drop your butt low. And then maybe check in with the alignment of your feet here. After coming here once, maybe the body's a little bit more receptive to spinning those toes to face forward. Can you really let your sits bones magnetize towards the earth, the crown of your head lift high? Even if you are seated on a prop here, I want you to take your hands together at heart center, elbows to the insides of your knees. And I want you to actively press your knees into your elbows, press your elbows back out into your knees. Holding here and breathing, feeling that fire deep in your hips for another 5. Find that active resistance for 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow and steady, begin to lift your hips, find your forward fold. Bring your feet a little bit closer together, halfway lift. Inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana, or straight back to down dog, your choice. Take a slow breath in once you're there, and a slow breath out. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Step all the way through, come down to a seat on your bum. All right, so we're gonna take a moment here to build some strength in our core to support our last little bit of standing practice, as well as some strength in our quadriceps, because where we're headed, you'll see that having really engaged quads will help getting into a fuller expression of that pose. So first things first, setting up for a boat pose. Bring your feet to the ground. Reach down underneath your tush. Make sure your sit bones are rooted down. There's not any extra butt cheek in the way. Hook your hands behind your knees. Lift your heart. And then with a long spine, start to lean back until you feel your belly connect. From here, flip your feet up off the ground. Release your hands from behind your knees. Hold and breathe for 5. Belly to spine for 4. Lift your heart a little bit higher. Last 3. Squeeze your inner thighs together for 2. 1. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, high boat. Come right back up. Inhale, low. Hover your feet and shoulders. Exhale, high. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, high. Inhale, low. Exhale, high. Inhale, low. Exhale, high. Yes, you can. 3 more. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, high. Inhale, low. Exhale, high. Last one. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, high boat. Drop your feet to the earth. Whew. From here, turn to face the long edge of your mat. And then open your legs up to a straddle. Everybody's straddle is going to be a little bit different. This is not an exercise in how deep can our straddle be. You just need a V through your legs. So maybe your straddle is a little bit less wide than you're capable of taking it. All right, we're going to start with the right leg. So take your right palm to the ground in front of your groin. Take your left palm to the ground outside your right hip. Swivel your chest ever so slightly to face more towards your right leg. Keep that right foot really active. This is what we're doing. Press through the hands, lift the heart, lift the right heel. Lower it back down. Holy buckets. I got a cramp in my quads. That's what we're going for. We're building strength in those quads. So press through the hands, keep the foot active. We'll do 10 on each side. Using your breath, you do not have to lift very far to feel what's going on in those right quads. And if you need to take a bend in the knee and move about the leg like I'm doing to get any cramps out of your right quads, do it. It might take you a little while to get through 10. Maybe you do 5, 5, 5, 5, because we're doing 10 on each leg. So you're really targeting into those quads. So I just did my 5. I'm going to switch sides because my quads are a little mad about this. We'll take about 30 seconds or so longer so that you guys can finish out your 10 on each side. Hold yourself accountable here. I know they hurt. I know they're weird. Again, if you want to narrow that V of your legs, it might make that lift a little more accessible. And then as you finish out your last ones on your second side, slowly close your legs together, turn back to face the skinny edge of your mat. And if you want to stretch out those quads, you can take a little half hero's pose. So you would take one heel back towards your butt and just get a stretch in the quads. Maybe you lean back a little. Whew. Switching sides. Yeah, my right side was way tighter than I expected it to be. You may have noticed that in your own body as well. Maybe one side was way more challenging than the other. All right, y'all. However you want to move to get back to a down dog, that's where we're going to go to next. So if you want to flow through a chaturanga, maybe that's the path you choose to take. Make sure that as you get to your down dog, your strap is handy. All right, y'all, take a slow breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Big breath in. Release that exhale out. Seal your lips, take that last breath in. With your lips sealed, Ujjayi, exhale out the nose. Inhale, right heel rises, 3-legged dog. Exhale, runner's lunge, step straight through your hands. High crescent lunge, inhale, rise up, stand tall. Warrior 2, exhale, open left. Reverse warrior, inhale, wrap that left arm around your back. Exhale, extended side angle, stop there. So you are already in a half bind with your extended side angle with that left arm wrapped around your back. If you can get your left fingertips to the top of your right thigh, having that connection can make this a little bit easier. But if you don't have the connection, you can still do this. I think it's just easier to grip. And I know that's what we're not supposed to do, but I'm just real talk. All right, you guys, from here, can you, if you'd like, full bind, you'll take that right arm underneath your right thigh, and you'll try to swim your right hand back to meet your left. So I'll turn my back so you can see what I'm talking about here. Left hand and right hand could connect. If they don't, that's where your strap or whatever you're using in place of a strap comes into play. I would just take that between my two hands and bridge the gap of that bind. You have multiple options for where to go here. If you want to try them all on for size, you can try them all on for size. Option number one would be to bring your left foot in a little closer so that you can slowly begin balancing on your left foot and rise all the way up into a bird of paradise where you straighten out that right leg. You can also take a half bird where the right knee remains bent. You also have the choice here to shift into a bound half moon. The right foot will remain grounded in that instance as your left foot begins to get lighter, and you slowly begin to float your left foot back, maintaining that bind in the upper body. And since I can't see all of your individual screens, some of y'all have your cameras off too, I can't know what you're doing, but I'm going to give you about 30 to 45 seconds to do it so that you can test out what's going on with your body today and maybe impress yourself. Because that's the funnest thing about trying weird stuff in yoga is sometimes you get it and you didn't know you could. As you're ready to start moving into your second side, you'll gently come back to your bound extended side angle, whether you're in a full bind or a half bind. Release whatever variation of the bind you have. Inhale, reverse warrior, right hand paints the sky. Exhale, chaturanga, dandasana, or straight back to down dog, your choice. We'll move one more time through that, finding symmetry by moving on to the left. Reconvening in this down dog in between, take a big breath in and a soft breath out. Inhale, left heel high, three-legged dog. Exhale, runner's lunge, step that left foot through. High crescent, inhale, rise up, stand nice and tall. Warrior two, exhale, open right. Reverse warrior, inhale, wrap your right hand around your low back. Extended side angle, exhale, fold towards that left side. If you would like to here, you can move from this half bind to a full bind with the left arm wrapping around, potentially connecting hands, or again, utilizing your strap in order to make that bind a little bit easier. Once you're here, you are welcome to stay put and focus on the rotation of the spine to deepen what you've got going in the bind. Or you can work into that bird of paradise, stepping the right foot in to meet the left, gently balancing on that right leg as you rise up, maybe straightening out the left knee to get into your bird. Or you may remain grounded through the left foot and start to lift the right for your bound half moon. Woo! Neither of which are easy, so play around. Give yourself the opportunity to fall, and even beyond that, if you do fall, allow yourself to laugh about it. Yoga doesn't have to be this super serious thing. We're here because we want to be here. Give yourself the next 30 or 45 seconds to toy around with whatever you want to do on your left side, and we'll venture forward from there, finishing out our practice nice and easy. All right, yogis, as you're ready, start to make your way back to that bound extended side angle, whatever variation of the bind you have. From here, start to release that bind, free your shoulders. Inhale, reverse warrior, left hand goes up and back. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, or again, straight back to down dog. This is our last vinyasa of our practice together this afternoon. Landing in that down dog with your hips nice and high. Reconnect with your breath once more. Slow in through the nose. Slow out through the nose. Inhale, right heel rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, right armpit. Hold right there. Take a big breath in. Exhale, gently glide your knee down to your wrist. Kick your right heel forward. Grow long through your left leg behind you. We're setting up for our half pigeon pose. If you prefer half pigeon from your back, flip over. Take your reclined half pigeon. If you would like to remain prone or forward facing, take a second to square your body weight evenly over both hips. Take a big breath in, find length in your spine. Either stay here or exhale, begin to melt your heart down over that right leg. Finding that stretch to the outer right hip. Alleviating any tension that may have just built up from either your bird of paradise or that bound half moon, both of which can sometimes create a little pinch through the outer hip. In your variation of half pigeon, wherever you are, whatever it looks like, can you relax your jaw? Can you feel your tongue soften away from the roof of your mouth, creating an openness in your airway so that you can breathe deeply for 5 more rounds? In and out through your nose. If you are on your back, you are welcome to remain there. If you folded forward over your right leg, gently lift back up. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your left toes under. Three-legged dog. Inhale, glide that right heel back up into the sky. Scorpion tail, exhale, bend your right knee, stack right hip over left. Option to either trace that right kneecap in big planetary circles or to flip your dog. You pick where you take this. Take 2 breaths. If you flipped your dog, slowly roll back over, right hand to the earth, all together, three-legged. Inhale, right heel high. Downward facing dog, exhale, right toes to the earth. Inhale, left heel rises, three-legged. Exhale, left knee, left armpit, rock forward and hold. Take a big breath in. Exhale, glide that left knee down to your wrist. Swivel your left foot towards your right wrist. Extend that right leg long behind you. Again, if you're on your back, you know where to go. Otherwise, staying here, square evenly over both hips. Big breath in to lengthen your spine. Gently folding into your fullest expression as you exhale. And then since we are asymmetrical, magical beings, you may feel a lot different in your second half pigeon than you did in the first. For some of us, it's going to be a little easier. And for a lot of us, it's going to be a little bit harder. If you are in that second category and it's a little bit more challenging, can you actively remind yourself to breathe, to release anything you're holding on to soften the musculature of your face and your jaw, and give yourself about 5 more rounds of breath here. Once more, if you are on your back, stay there. If you folded forward from a prone half pigeon, start to walk your hands back in. Tuck your right toes. Three-legged dog. Inhale, send your left heel high. Scorpion tail, exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips. Options again, trace that left knee in some big planetary circles or flip your dog. Wherever you are, take 2 breaths. If you flipped your dog, gently roll back over, left hand to the earth, all together, three-legged left heel rises. Downward facing dog, exhale, left toes to the earth. Bend your knees, gaze forward. Step all the way through to a seat and then lay down onto your back. So if you are already on your back for a reclined half pigeon, you are already where you need to be. All together, bend your knees, walk your heels in towards your bum, scoop your tailbone under, press your low back down into the ground. Find the strength of your belly. Inhale, bridge pose, press through your feet, lift your hips, hold. Can you release the tension in your glutes and then activate your belly? Press down through your feet, try to lift your hips a tad higher. As you drive your feet down, as you lift your hips up, can you feel your chest pull towards your chin? And at the same time, actively pull your chin away from your chest. Lift your hips 1 inch higher. Take a great big breath in. Exhale, softly surrender your spine to the ground. Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of your feet come to touch, knees splay open wide. Let your left hand rest softly on your heart, right hand on your belly below your navel. And just breathe. Feeling the rise and fall of your abdomen with these breaths. The cadence of your heartbeat under your left palm. Allowing yourself to start surrendering into an easier, softer, sweeter place. Still breathing, still remaining connected. Start to release your hands to the outside edges of your thighs. Close your knees together like book pages and then draw both legs in towards your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little rock side to side. And then with your low back on the ground, gently extend both knees so your heels reach up to the ceiling. You are in the legs at the wall here and you are invited to stay put. If your body is craving something more, you have the options to kick this into a shoulder stand or a plow pose. We'll be here for 5 breaths. If you are taking either of those second options, the shoulder stand or the plow, mindful to keep your neck straight and only look at the ceiling right above you. If you elevated your spine from the earth, gently bring it back down to land. All together, bend your knees, hug your thighs in towards your chest. Happy baby pose, reach up between your knees, grab for the pinky edges of your feet, let your thighs frame your abdomen. And then maybe you find little movements here, a rock side to side. Whatever your body might be seeking. It's our second to last pose before Shavasana. Letting go of your feet, let your knees come together at your chest. Slow breath in as your thighs hug close. Exhale, both knees fall over to the left, taking a gentle supine twist. Open wide through your chest, feel your shoulder blades rooting into your mat. And take about 3 to 5 breaths here. Gently inhale, both knees back through heart center. Give yourself a gentle hug. Exhale, switch sides. Let both knees fall to the right. As you once again open through your chest, root your shoulder blades down, taking your last 3 to 5 focused breaths here. Inhale to pull both knees back to heart center. Wrap both arms firmly around your shins. Curl up into a tight ball. Feel this squeeze this rounding of your spine, the compression in your belly. Take one more slow breath in. Exhale, Shavasana. Let your whole body release onto the ground. Legs extend long in front of you, arms drape at your sides. Take a swallow here and then relax your jaw. One more time, pull your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Feel the separation of your bottom jaw from your top. Eyelids are heavy, breaths are slow. Allow yourself the stillness of these last couple moments. If you have the gift of time this Tuesday afternoon, you are more than welcome to remain in your Shavasana for however long you might want to. If you are ready to carry on with the rest of your day, softly begin to bring your awareness back into your physical body. Begin deepening your breath. Start to find little movements, perhaps a wiggle of your fingers, your toes is first. Allowing whatever movement you began with to slowly expand out, gradually taking up a little bit more space, reawakening and reinvigorating your entire physical self. And as you feel adequately ready to move on, take a great big good morning stretch. Reach your hands to the back of your mat, toes towards the front. Inhale deeply, feel your belly expand, your low back lift. Exhale, fully hug your knees one last time into your chest. Give yourself a final embrace. Thank your body, not just for showing up on your mat today, but for the ways in which it serves you. The things it is now, the things it has been before or will one day be capable of. And then in whatever manner best suits you, come up to a seated position. Rooting down into your sits bones, let the crown of your head fly towards the ceiling. Slowly inhale as you float your hands up into the air. Let your palms connect. Gently sink those hands down. Thumbs graze your third eye for wisdom. Your lips for peace. Your heart for love. Thank you all so very much for signing in, for participating in this practice with me and with one another today. The highest, brightest light and student within me honors, acknowledges, and bows to that same light and teacher within each of you. Namaste. Thank you guys so very much. If you have any questions or feedback, feel free to put it in the chat. I always advertise the classes that I'll be teaching on my own Instagram page. So if you don't follow me there, you might be able to, here, I'll type in my name if you want to find me. My last name's kind of a doozy. But if you ever have any special requests, I always ask. So Catherine, I know you asked for the bird of paradise today, so I brought it for you guys. So if you ever have anything you really want to do, let me know and I'll do my best to incorporate it. Thank you guys. Have an awesome rest of your afternoon and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, Kelly. Thank you, Alex. Oh, you guys. All right.